evil or the opposite of life looks like, then we can't.
Somebody tagged me in this video, and I'm so glad because I've been wanting to talk about evil. I've been reflecting on how humans always seem to be fighting for their freedom and independence from oppressive forces, and how we're sort of always fighting some enemy or some problem almost as a part of human psychology. And we need to be aware of this tendency when we talk about getting rid of leaders that are not right for us. But this is also true of the other things in life that we would not preference, such as illness, disease, anything negative. We have a tendency to fight it. But you can't fight evil, because if you fight it, you are becoming the new oppressive force. There is another creator, I think her name is Sai or Kai. She talks about mythology and philosophy. And she was saying the other day about God and the devil and good and evil, how Lucifer actually means light. And Lucifer was cast out of heaven because he didn't follow the rules. I do not know any of the Christian stories. I'm sorry if I'm getting this wrong. The idea was Lucifer wasn't essentially evil. He was cast out because he was not towing the line. And I relate with that as someone who has never really followed the rules that people wanted me to follow. And so there is this cycle, the oppressive godlike force sending down those who don't obey, and then those who feel oppressed rising again to become the new oppressors. We see this in collective societal trauma. Yesteryear's oppressed group comes back around to sometimes visit the same behavior on a new oppressed group. Because as humans, we get so caught up in we've got to fight the man, we've got to correct the evil, that the fighting turns into control and oppression in new forms. The revolutionaries become the new law enforcers and police. How do we keep from ending up there? I think we have to stop believing that we can create a perfect new structure that would stamp out all evil, all disease, all unhappiness, all unwellness. The human tendency is to want to create some perfect system that can create ultimate well-being. But the cure is actually an openness to change and flexibility. We have to be willing to create a society that is open to being destroyed over and over. The minute we create something that is controlling people's behavior into compliance is the minute we will shift into oppression, whether it takes 100 years or 500 years. And you say to me, well, how will we prevent our society from being taken over by fascism or these really terrible ideologies? Shouldn't we try to create something that resists that? Instead of resisting evil and ignorance, we need to do it from the bottom up, which means we need to have very healthy, educated, self-possessed individual citizens. And we don't have that right now. We have people who are very confused and disconnected from their bodies and disconnected from their power and their intuition. And so they are very easily co-opted by false information and by cult-like ideology. This is one of the reasons that I think the revolution needs to take a long time, because I personally think we need to raise a new generation of people with really good childhoods and really safe, abundant resources so that they are not enacting this power-hungry, greedy sort of vibe that comes with living here, because so many of us are so under-resourced as to be very desperate. But also we could see this reality through practicing community for a period of time and reinforcing positive values and becoming educated and becoming well together. But we should not be trying to fight evil. Evil is a part of every person. And the minute you hate someone for being ignorant or controlling or narcissistic or any quality that you would hate, there will have been times that you behaved that way. And so in doing so, you are hating yourself. We don't hate evil. We don't fight evil. We become expansive. We wrap our arms around it in understanding that evil is an expression of the human being and the human spirit, and that with practice, we don't have to express our evil side because we would rather express our loving side and our abundant side and our community mindedness.